we're going to do a short video on the new Anvil series welder. This particular welder is a welder that has its own membrane built into it, which is a nitrogen generator by some people's way of thinking. It's nothing more than a filter that filters out nitrogen out of the air you breathe. It has underneath here, when you look under, you open this welder up in your crate, you'll see two red filters. Red filters are there to make sure no water gets to it or no other type of material particles or what have you. But inside of the control panel is a great long, about 29 inches long membrane. It does filter nitrogen out and feed nothing but nitrogen to this unit. So, by using this unit, you don't have to buy a bottle of nitrogen. You don't ever run out. It runs on nitrogen all the time. The first thing you do when you open this unit up, where all the parts are that you work with, is you notice you've got a red work hose. Always put a coupling on there before you do anything else, because if you put it on, don't put it on there, you're going to have air blowing out. You'll need a female air coupling that suits your fittings and tools that you use in your shop. The next step is you'll need to put an air fitting here on the end which supplies this unit with air. You'll need to put a male fitting right here that suits your fittings that's in your shop. And then you hook up your air to this unit from the side. You hook your electrical. All of this is out of your way so you don't get on it when you're working. Then you open up your unit. Take your two arms that comes with it that's put in there. These arms are in here, so you'll have several other positions to put your bumper so you can work on it in a very comfortable manner. It comes with two pads. These pads are simply to protect the bumper so you won't scratch it against this metal that's here. The other thing it's for is if you're working, remember this, if you're working with a welder, you want to keep this away from you when you're doing something so that when it's hot you don't get burned. If you're working on the left side, you can set this welder over here, out of your way. Now, you also, if you can always reach it, there's 8 other positions around the top that you can put your unit in. Always put this welder head, which is the red handle welder with the element in here, put it to where it slides down in there just like that. That way it's locked in. If you do it like this, it's going to slide out. So always put it where it clamps itself in behind that there cover. Okay, the next step is, after you've hooked up air and electrical, is you're going to go adjust your unit. This unit is very simple. The first only regulator on it is a regulator that's regulating the nitrogen. You'll notice it's got reading from about 5 all the way up to 50. You want to operate at about 30 cubic feet. Now, when you set that at 30 cubic feet, you can feel the air coming out the end and it blowing. The perfect welding on a welder has always been for me is if it's blowing, just lightly blowing the hair on my arm, I know I'm pretty well set. But remember this, you're the one that's going to have to learn at what speed you weld, what pressure you use, and what heat you use mostly. Now, the other thing is, after this is set, you can go over and turn your temperature on. Turn it on where it says polypropylene TPO TEO. That's the perfect setting. It's going to go to getting hot. That light will be bright. If that light is dim, goes to dimming down, you're too low. So that has been established in this welder as about the perfect welding, and I've done a lot of plastic welding in my life. If you go over into this area, which I call the danger zone, and you leave it there, this welder will get cherry red hot. You don't want a cherry red hot welder. But if you're welding a kayak or something that's made out of HDPE, high def polyethylene, you're going to want to turn it wide open. That's as high as it'll go. And you're going to want to run your pressure on up there a little higher, because when you're welding that thick stuff, you need the extra. But what you're going to mostly be welding is like bumpers and headlights. Headlights, the housings are made out of polypropylene on the back because they're black, and bumpers are made out of polypropylene TPO TEO. Now, so bring it down there to about 25 to 30 where you can weld good. This unit has got an operating instructions that tells you exactly how to do every bit of this step by step. When you get through using this unit, and you're ready to get rid of it, not use it no more that day or when you're going to use it, always remember, turn the temperature completely off. That's what this says, shut down, turn welder temperature off. The next thing is to let it cool completely down to where you can actually let this handle cool down to where you can touch it. Because if it's hot, it's going to put a strain on that element, and the element will burn out on you over a period of time. So I try to always let them cool down. It lasts a lot longer cooling down. This side of this unit here is for this little airless welder, which is mainly used for tacking pieces on a headlight, or if you do some old PUR. We don't give training on PUR because that's the old yellow box. If that's where it plugs up at, then this is the setting for it. So that's what that is, and it'll work the same way. When the light is bright, it'll be at a setting that you can be hot on the end of this. This particular welder is one of the best we got on the market because we went to the flow meter and got away from the gauges. The gauges was giving us trouble. We went to the flow meter, we don't have no more problems. This unit, well, this will conclude what we're going to tell you on this. We'll put it up in the video.